So hello there guys and welcome to Ívar's Fly Workshop. Today we will be tying a pattern that everybody is kind of familiar with. This is the Red Frances, and you can find the pattern in the video's description below. And remember to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. You can consider to donate to the channel if you want. You'll also find information about that in the video's description. This is Red Frances. This is a micro Red Frances tied on a treble hook number 18. This is actually a mustard hook. Since I think Arcs still do not produce so small trebles, we are using a Semperfly Nano Silk 50 denier in red for this task. And originally the Frances is, some say it's an Icelandic fly, like developed and were started to be called Frances here in Iceland, but as most of us know is that this is a fly from the UK, and the original pattern is called Black Eyed Prawn by Peter Dean, and this is like one of the versions of the Black Eyed Prawn. Why it got the name Frances or Francis, I simply have to admit I don't know that. So if you know, please place a comment below. So for the antennas for the fly, we are using like a brown or white feather stems from a rooster. 3 or 4, maybe 5. Depends on the size of the fly. Of course, I'm going to put 4 on this one, even though it's a small fly, and you see how short I keep the length of the antennas of this fly. That is because I don't want the profile of this fly to be too large. I want it to be like a fly like an 18, not like a tiny fly with a humongous antennas. I'm tying it like this. It's my preference. So we snip away the tack ends here and the tack ends on below too. And then we start to work on the tail and build up the body of the fly. So I think the Frances fly in general is the most used fly in Iceland when it comes for salmon fishing. And it can be a really productive pattern when it comes to fishing in low water, especially. That's why I'm tying it on this size a hook, so small. For the tail of the fly, we are using a brown or olive brown rooster feathers for that. And we do not want to overdress this fly. I don't want that. So we attach it here with few loose wraps, and then we simply drag it into the preferred place. Then we can start on working to attach it like with firmer wraps around the hook shank. And we'll snip off the tack end. The Frances is widely used for salmon fishing, both in the UK, in Iceland, in Canada, Norway, just anywhere where you can actually find the beauty of the Atlantic salmon. But this is like a really strong midsummer and late summer pattern. And for a fish that is newly ran into the stream, the Red Frances can be actually a really deadly pattern. For the body of the fly, we are using just a single strand of a red DMC yarn. This DMC yarn you can find anywhere, kind of in any craft store, any handicraft store, knitting store and stuff. So it's like a really good alternative fly tying material. You get a bunch of material for not so much amount of money, and I use it both for salmon flies and then for flies for the trout nymphs and stuff. And you can get it in some multiple variations of color as well. And as I said, I want to keep the profile of the fly as slim as possible. That has to do with one thing. That has to do with the hook gauge. If you do like a classic Frances body on this fly, then you are narrowing the hook gauge. So from the tip of the hook down to the body of the fly, when that space gets narrower by building up like a too wide body, you may be losing some strikes on it. So that's that's what I find. That's an important thing to keep in mind and bear in mind when we build up the body of such a small fly tied on a treble. For the rib of the fly, I'm using a Semperfli oval gold in small, and I just went almost half the way with the yarn, and then we'll tie in the oval gold. And on this size of a fly, this small fly, I'm not gonna put a hackle in the middle. Something has to, like I said to everybody, something has to go when you make really small flies. You have to skip some parts of it, but keep the fundamental parts, which are the antennas and the tail, and then the red color of the body. It's a good size for when the fish is like not taking so easily. It's a good size for low water, for harsh conditions, sunlight, and all that. When you know that you really need to go down to really small sizes in the hook. Then we wrap the oval gold around the body, lock that in with our thread, and secure it, lock it in. I believe the most popular colors of the Frances fly are red and black. I got a request this summer from somebody from, I think it was Norway, asking me to make an olive Frances with a neon, like a bright orange head. He said that would be like a popular pattern for the Atlantic salmon there. So yeah, it's on the list already. I'm gonna tie that fly hopefully this season. And we are almost ready. We'll just have to do a couple of whip finishes and cut away the end, and then we are good to go. So we will just place them on the head, the Solaris bone cure. If you want to weigh the fly, if you are fishing for walleye, you can stick that in the fish belly and try to get away with it. Now, I'm not recommending that. It's just this fishing competition joke. I've done it in another video, so it's going to be the last time I do it, I promise. But it's like it was even on the news here in Iceland. Iceland is far away from the US, but it was still on the news. Some guys in Cleveland, Ohio, trying to cheat in a fishing competition. Well, some things like money is a temptation for people to do such things, but I would say just play the game of fly tying as a gentleman, even though it's competition or non-competition. So we'll just fry the UV glue with our light, and then we are good to go. Remember, please remember, if you like the video, just like the video, press the like button, and subscribe to the channel, and please press a bell for notification. And you can support the channel if you like. But as that is said, I just want to say thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.